Hey, this is Zero at ReviewZoneHD, and I'm bringing you a review for Narco, which released yesterday in the PlayStation Store. I was really excited about this game, enough to post a trailer for it on my channel back in May, which if you've been around my channel for a little while, I'm sure you've noticed that I don't post that many trailers on here. I have maybe 5 or 6 total. This game looked really awesome in that trailer. It reminded me a lot of the Expendables 2 game from last year, which I personally really enjoyed playing, even if a lot of other people didn't. The description of this game itself reads out as followed. Narco is a sophisticated, action-packed twin shooter that harkens back to classic action movies from the 80s and offers great diversity with several arcade gameplay sequences. After playing this title for 2.5 hours, I have 4 words for a response to that. Bull to the crap. This game here just is not very good. The character movement's slow, there's invisible walls, they use a lot of the same objects over and over again in the stages to the point that you feel like you're just running in circles, and there's enough technical problems found inside the game itself that I would probably have to double the length of this review just to cover all of them. After playing for a couple hours, the question I was trying to answer wasn't, what does this game not do well, which is the case with most of the games that I played this year, but the question that I was asking was, does this game do anything good at all? This is the first time that I can ever remember playing a game for the first time and actually grimacing at how painful some of the animations were when I first unlocked the ability to throw a grenade while listening to the first stage's beat music, which sounds like a 10-second repetitive loop throughout that entire song. That's when it kind of did it for me. It was just all downhill from there very early on. I got kind of a warning sign that this game wasn't going to be very good a few days ago because my contact for the publisher of this game was actually confused as to whether or not they had published the US version of this game. She actually told me she thought Namco published it, which looking back now, maybe they just didn't want to take responsibility for this game. I really don't know. A couple days later, the very same person sent me another trailer for the game to my email, and I re-asked her who published it, and that's when she kind of admitted it and said that she was sorry on the confusion. That right there tells me either they didn't get very many review requests for this one, or they didn't really think too highly of the title before releasing it. Now, if you're one of the few people that's still watching this video because you're interested in this game, let's go ahead and discuss some of the technical problems that I came across. There was some very serious frame rate drops to the point that the game pauses for a split second at a time when it happens. The screen flickered a few times when changing areas. There's serious texture pop-ins. There's screen tearing that I noticed in several different parts of each stage. I had some enemies load into the game right in front of me on more than one occasion, and to top it all off, I had the weapon and item pickups on the ground disappear from right in front of me just after they hit the ground, so it wasn't like they were sitting there too long. And no, I did not pick the items up for you smart Alex out there, and I'm just kind of having a good time with this review because this game was just that bad. I mean, it was so bad that I can't even take this review seriously. Graphically, the game doesn't look terrible if you were to watch the portions of it that actually ran well. However, the menus and the text were pretty ugly. The controls were a bit funky too. Sometimes I'd press a button and not get any type of response, such as trying to roll or throw a grenade. It also features one of the worst soundtracks I've ever heard in a game in the last 5 or 6 years, right down to the wonky sound effects of the guns firing, which didn't always match up with the button presses, surprisingly. I had fun in short bursts on here because I really dig these types of games, and the gameplay wasn't entirely bad, as dodging the constant stream of incoming bullets was somewhat entertaining, but quality-wise, this game really takes a dump. I'm not that easily disappointed, but I was really disappointed with this game. If this had been any other type of genre, such as an action-adventure title, then I probably wouldn't have been able to stomach more than a half hour playing it. And it would have been a pretty cool game in the Super Nintendo era, and it's not a completely horrible top-down shooter for $10 because it at least serves its purpose of top-down shooting on the cheap, even if it does look and feel completely uninspired and generic. And I always get the one person that comments and says, oh, you didn't give the game a chance, or you didn't say anything positive in the review about the game. Well, the explosions look nice. Whoever created those in this game deserves a pat on the back. So there you go, the one nice thing that I have to say about this title. It's possible that it could be slightly better with a co-op buddy suffering through it with you, but it's just not a game that I can recommend purchasing. There's just too many better top-down shooters available in the PlayStation Store that aren't filled with numerous technical problems and are a lot more entertaining. That's pretty much all I have for this review. I'm going to have a better game to review this week for you guys in Dragon's Crown. This is Zero at ReviewZoneHD, and thanks for stopping by.